I'm just going to do a quick video. There was something on my mind, so I thought I've got to share this. It goes so well with the video I did earlier about Christian marriage, worldly marriage. Yeah. It's about what you notice, because I'm just at the kitchen speaking to God about the situation, just saying, Lord, it seems very much as if you put this woman on my heart, and if you have, then there's a incredible reason for that. But if I put her there, then she needs to go. She doesn't belong there if I've done it. But then God helped me to see something. He said, if you had noticed her, if you had liked her, then you wouldn't have noticed her character. You wouldn't have noticed what I love about her. You would have looked at her simply from a physical point of view. More of a sexual point of view than anything, because that's how the world does it. And so you would have noticed her that way. And he said, have you noticed her that way? No. No. Boy, that was emotional. Wow. Just say that. Jesus Christ. Oh. Woof. That would be... This is the thing, is that when God puts someone in your heart, he basically puts what he loves about them. And he puts that in you. And so, yeah, that's why the waiting is incredibly tough. Yeah, because what God has showed you is something truly, truly beautiful. And of course, you want to get to know that person. You want to spend time with that person. You want to hold that person. Yeah, because once God puts that person in your heart, from the way that he, not completely the way that he sees them, but at least partly, it just blows your mind. To a certain degree, what it does, and the reason why waiting is hard, this is what God has just shown me. When God puts that in you, you start seeing yourself as a half, not a whole anymore. Your spirit, your heart, your soul is crying out to be with this person because you're a half now. You need that person to become a whole again. Yeah. That just makes sense. Oof. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But that's where the driving force comes in, really, for a relationship with God and doing all this stuff, all the weights, all that stuff. That's where the driving force comes in. You want to be as good a half as you can possibly be. Yeah. Because what I said earlier, it's still so true. It's still so true. If this is God, if he's doing the same to her with regards to me and her heart, Then, I was thinking earlier, some people have said, you had an incredibly shitty past. How can your future ever make up for that? Yeah, I know. I know how. Yeah. I sent in a video that I've probably deleted, actually. I went and deleted it the other day, but I said in that video that if going through all of that means I can spend one day with her, loving her, I'd be willing to go through all that again and again and again and again and again and again and again just to get one more day. It's before God does that, you can wallow in the crap. You can feel sorry for yourself, and you can feel, that your life has been poor. You can feel all this crap. But when God puts that person on your heart in that way, it just washes all that away. It just washes it away. It's gone. It doesn't matter. Because a picture of all that stuff is then replaced with a picture of her. Wherever you look, all you can see is her. Because God has put her on your heart. And for the woman, God has put him on your heart. All you can see is him. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past. All you can see now is him. There's nowhere for your mental state to try and bring you down. There's nowhere for your mind to do that because God is doing this. Yeah? No, obviously, we don't deserve what God did for us with regards to giving his son dying for us. We didn't deserve that in any way, shape or form. But could I ever do anything to deserve this level of blessing? This compares to what I imagine it's going to be. The first time in ministry where God works in a huge way. The level of blessing that you feel, the level of God's love just being expressed is just phenomenal. Yeah. Well, I was saying to a friend of mine with regards to ministry, I said, God's already shown me a picture that is an incredible picture. Basically, if I'm speaking to a church of people who have not really been baptized with the Holy Spirit, the way to do it in a way that's going to be wow. Absolutely wow. is just to get everyone to lay hands upon each other. And I lay hands on one person. Therefore, I'm now laying hands on every person. And as the Spirit flows through me, it flows through every single one of those people in one go. Let's say, when that happens, and all these people go down in the presence of God, fall down, it's going to be like this, exactly the same. Because at the moment, I'm constantly, wow. I've tried to challenge it because, look, as I say, when I said the other day about I've tried to sort of, say to God, is this me? Is this just me? Because, and God explained it a few minutes ago. The reason why it's hard is because you're now just a half. You're not even a whole person now. I think, I can't confirm, but I think spiritually we may be joined already. Physically we're not. We're not married as in that, but I think, well, as I say, if God has put in her the same as he's put in me, then spiritually we are joined. Yeah, the decision has been made by God. So, yeah. Oof. Yeah. Now, I would have thought I'd be a little bit scared, I suppose. Stepping into something so huge, so immense. What if I muck up? I'm not. I should be. Yeah. Yeah. Well, from what God showed me about her, and yeah. She's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And her nature, wow. Yeah. I should be scared about gaining her and then losing her. But I'm not. I'm not, because I know if it's God, then I did that video at the Spiny Palace where I can't tell you, was it God speaking through me when the bit was being said that I'm not going to hurt you, I love you, I sent my son for you, that bit, or whether that's just something that God was sharing with me earlier, so I just shared exactly what God had told me earlier. But it was exactly what God had told me earlier. This is the point. The Bible doesn't suggest that God is a tormentor God. He's not a joker. He's not a fool. He's not going to try and, hurt you. If you believe he gave his son for you, then you know God's not going to try and hurt you. If he's not going to try and hurt you, you don't need to fear losing what God has given you. If God has given you it, it's yours. Now, well, it's not really, it's his, isn't it? Because that's the point of the story is. Because what you do, you give it back to him. You can't lose what's his. It belongs to him, it's not yours. How can you lose it? That's the thing. If God joins two halves together, we become a whole. That means two hearts that are just half become a whole. Then we give that to God. It means it belongs completely to Him. So how can I lose it? Why would I be worried about losing something that doesn't even belong to me? It's not mine. It's not mine to lose. It's not hers to lose. It's God's. Yeah. That's wow. I keep switching hands with this because I did the curls yesterday, didn't I? And I did reverse. Oh, how would I? Oh God, how would I? Yeah. Basically, curl bar. But your hands are flat and you bring your knuckles up. That does your forearms. So very heavy to do forearms. 35 kilograms. Yeah, doing that's heavy now. But that's no what I'm not trying to say I'm trying impressive. I'm saying I was struggling hugely with forearms before. Really, really poorly with forearms. Because I skipped, I went on to cable crossover rather than dumbbells. Whereas now my forearms are able to cope with that sort of weight now, which is great. Good stuff. They are developing, so that's good. Well, as I say, if carrying her over the threshold, basically the pressure will be on, because you've got one arm on the back shoulders, as she's got an arm around your neck. So one arm's there, the other arm is supporting underneath the knees, basically. So left arm probably will be underneath the knees, so most of the weight is on the area. So really pushing the arm down, so the forearms are going to be the things that are going to be strong. And they are. So that's fantastic. That's what I meant. I didn't mean, oh, aren't I impressive? No. I meant that's really good. Yeah. Last night was a blessing. I went to the gym. And a chap there, I've seen him for... Well, we talked to each other. We've been talking to each other for... Got to be about 4 months now. And when I went in last night, he said, "You look really happy." He said, "I've never seen you so happy." No, he actually said, "My God, you look happy." He said, "I've never seen you looking so happy." He said, "Have you got your dogs back?" I said, "No, not yet." He said, "What on earth are you so happy about?" Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said to him, yeah, God has put someone on my heart. Yeah. And yeah. It's yeah. Again, I send the video. I'm not sure if that video has been deleted or what. I send the video that yeah. I had so many years where I had nothing to smile about, really. And yet I know with her, I'm going to be smiling when I wake up. I'm going to be smiling when I go to bed. And smiling every minute in between. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can see basically from here the space. That cupboard is absolutely full of stuff. There's doggy space down there. That cupboard is basically got an old-fashioned heater in it, which is massive. So it's completely useless. You've got the fridge freezer there. You've got another freezer there, Kenwood one, big old thing. Quite deep, decent size. You can certainly fit a ton of stuff in there. That cupboard there has got my winter clothes in it. That's got my summer clothes in that now. I've got a computer chair there for some reason. I don't know why. I was given it. I thought, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the point I'm making about this is you can see quite clearly that if I got married, we'd have to move. We'd have to live somewhere else because, yeah, whether dogs come back or not, their space is there, and there, and Chewie up there. He goes in that space over there, on that pillow there. So that's going to be fun. Alright. Well, Chewie is quite stealth as well. So yeah. But basically, if Chewie was with two people, husband and wife, you could get him off the bed before you go to bed. Then about 4 in the morning, you wake up and Chewie's right there next to you. He doesn't. I'm a fairly light sleeper. He doesn't wake me up. He's just there, with his head on the pillow. It's gorgeous. And he does this thing. Oh my lord! Well, because he's long-haired, he does this thing where if he's laying over there with his back to the wall, it means he's got his front paws facing you, head on the pillow. So his front paws are around about where I sleep in more the recovery position, so my arm goes over. If I'm sleeping facing the wall, it'd be my left arm that goes over, basically in line with that pillow. Yeah, my left arm would go to sort of that space there. That's where his feet are. So if I put my hand on one of his feet, what he does is he lifts the other foot and so incredibly gently just lowers his foot. You can feel the hairs on his legs tickle your fingers in your hand and your arm as they're going down, and he will gently just lay it down on you. It is the most beautiful thing. It is absolutely stunning. He is such a wonderful little boy, Choo-Choo. He really is. He's got such a good heart on him. He's just full of kisses and loves. So, that's just fantastic. Love him to bits. So, yeah. So this place is therefore too small, really. Storage space. There just wouldn't be storage space. So there's enough for me. Put another human being in there with stuff, then there's nowhere to put stuff. So I don't think she really wants her stuff in the outside sheds. No. So God's going to have to come up with something different. Simple. But that'd be a case of trusting in God for that. He's going to come up with it. He's going to provide somewhere that's better, bigger, suitable for, whatever the needs will be in the future, really. And so, how God does it, I don't know. I just thought I'd share that bit about Chewie because I've not shared that for a long time, and such a wonderful, sweet boy. He really, really is. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to leave you to it now. That's 20. Need glasses. Need eyes dealt with. 23 minutes and 45 seconds. That'll do. There you go. You take care. God bless. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.